Welcome back to our weekly update. I'm Charlotte McLeod with investingnews.com, and we're going to run through a few of the week's biggest stories in the mining industry. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course, leave us a comment below. Let's get into it. We've made it to 2026, and the gold price started off the new year on a strong note, approaching the 4,500 per ounce level midway through the week. As is often the case, silver put on a bumpier performance, trading within about a $10 range with lows under 73 per ounce and highs above 82. But beyond day-to-day price moves, there's a lot of focus right now on how gold and silver will perform in 2026, and I want to spend some time looking at what experts see coming. Let's start with gold. When it comes to the yellow metal, I'm now seeing 5,000 mentioned frequently, with multiple market watchers calling for it to reach that level as soon as the first quarter. The consensus is that all of gold's drivers either remain in place or are intensifying, including strong central bank buying, geopolitical tensions, and easy money policies. Here's Elaine Corbani of Montblanc Finance explaining why $5,000 gold makes sense.
Between the end of the quantitative tightening and the end of the quantitative easing, usually gold doubles or triples, which means that in a perfect world, gold could go from $4,000 to $6,000. This is basically the bulk figure. So that's why when we say $5,000, that's only 10% more than what we are trading at today. It's really not only far-fetched, but it's very much in a realistic target.
Silver is trickier to predict. The white metal is known for being volatile, and its strong end of 2025 performance means that some experts' 2026 price calls were reached before last year even ended. So where does silver stand as the year begins? I heard this week from David Morgan of the Morgan Report, who didn't give a specific forecast, but said he believes silver is currently in price discovery mode.
I've stated that we're still in the price discovery mode. I truly believe that. What the true price of silver is in US dollars, Canadian dollars, I do not know. I think it's north of 100 in US dollar terms, but it could be much higher than that. The market knows more than all of us, but the way the market is acting and reacting to these sharp sell-offs is unlike anything we've seen in the past, other than a very brief window of time from like the last day of December 1979 through the middle of January 21st, 1980. In that time frame, we saw the kind of moves we're seeing now.
I also spoke about silver with Doug Casey of internationalman.com. He said $100 or even $200 silver is possible, but for him, the metal itself isn't a speculative tool.
Is silver at a new high where it's going to stay there? Yeah, very possibly. Not a prediction, but I'm not selling my silver. I mean, why should I sell it? I'm holding it as an asset, not as a speculative device. So is it going to 100 or 200? Yeah, it's possible. I don't really care because I'm mainly involved in silver, other than just having a bunch of silver, in silver stocks and gold stocks. I mean, I don't use either my silver or my gold as speculative vehicles. That's not what they're about to me. I treat the gold and silver mining stocks that way, though, because they're very cheap and very volatile and very interesting at this moment.
Andy Schectman of Miles Franklin made a similar statement, saying that while he's certainly bullish on silver, 2025 showed how unpredictable it can be.
And rather than pick a price, I say we live in a world of probabilities. The probability that we see silver well north of $100 to me is rather strong. Could it be as high as 200 or higher? Sure. But to say that would be a guess and an optimistic guess. But look, if I would have told you last year that we would see silver at $80, you'd say, well, that's a pretty big statement, Andy. Yeah, sure it is. 150% gain in a year is pretty big. So rather than continue with that, I would just simply say higher than most people would actually probably think possible would be my answer.
I'll leave the links to the full interviews with Elaine, David, Doug, and Andy below. I definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't already. Rio Tinto and Glencore say they've restarted talks about a potential business combination. The two major miners spoke previously back in 2024 but failed to reach an agreement. This time around, they say their preliminary discussions are centered around a combination of some or all of their businesses and could include the acquisition of Glencore by Rio Tinto. The news was first reported by the Financial Times, with both companies confirming the story in press releases shortly thereafter. According to the news outlet, the combination would create a massive mining company with an enterprise value of over $260 billion. Both companies have said there's no guarantee that any transaction will go through. However, it's worth noting that Rio Tinto has changed leadership since the 2024 talks ended, with Simon Trott now at the helm. For its part, Glencore has reorganized its coal assets. The Financial Times also notes that Gary Nagle, chief executive at Glencore, spoke last month about the importance of size in the mining industry, saying that bigger companies are better able to create synergies as well as attract talent and capital. Regulations require Rio Tinto to announce its intentions either way by February 5th of this year. As always, I'm curious to know your thoughts, so let us know in the comments whether you think Rio Tinto and Glencore will end up doing a deal and what it could look like.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We'd also love to hear your thoughts, so leave us a comment below.